Hey guys, this is DarkLordCookie with the Realm Game at UK, and welcome back to Steve Jackson's Sorcery, Part 5 of the Shamutanti Hills. And so just a recap, I've left Urastanti. Apparently the whole village was, apparently it was infected with some sort of curse. So I basically just hightailed out of there. So I'm about to head for the town of Biratanti, and I'm almost making my way all the way up to Care, because I need to eventually get up to there, which I assume is the end of the first part of the adventure. So let's head straight for the town with no further delay. Some way down the hill you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between three peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that, compared to that mournful spot you have just passed through. Behind you the sun is rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon, so I'm going to go into the village because I assume that this village will not hit me or... Oh, okay. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward, when an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. Freeze? Can I stop it? You freeze, hovering by your shoulder as a small creature the size of a bird. It is childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough, and it even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. Can I talk to it? I say hello. Greetings, little creature, and hello to you. I'm not doing voices. The creature replies, chirping, my name is Jan. What are you? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I am a mini-mite. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. That's adorable. Okay. I'm not getting much of you, God. What can you tell me about the village? That's Biratanti, and it is very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of the Shamutanti Hills. Every traveller who comes this way spends at least one night here, so it's a little bit expensive, especially for mini-mites, but pleasant enough. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? Yeah, I want a companion. Let's bring it with me. Well, let's get going then. The creature shakes you in by the ear in excitement, and you set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering tall and throw the village into a deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sounds of laugh and merriment. So, I've got a companion. I've got Jan. I've got a little pixie sprite on the back of it. That's awesome. Right. You continue along the path. The sounds of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky. Here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on a dire road, the people in this village seem to be enjoying themselves. See? The mini-mite on your shoulder remarks. I told you it was a happy place. Jan, what's going on? Jan shakes his head. No, if there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is a festival of the young. What's that? Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It's a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the few first buildings where you find a number of children sitting in the street and drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. Okay. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads Glad Dragon's Tavern. It is all complete mayhem. Do I rescue the woman? Or I can't. It's a festival. No, leave it. It's a festival. You can see, you consider her with a woman, but there's nothing you can do. It is a festival at all. I don't want to annoy these people. Okay, so I'm going to go into the tavern. This is probably not a good idea. Behind the bar, a thick-set man is wiping mugs down with an old rag. Greetings, stranger, he calls. I'm Glangrador. Glangrador? Yeah, Glangrador. Can I be helping you? Greetings. Like, hello. I've come a long way. I'm sure you have. Take a seat. You do so. And Jan leaps up onto the counter. Glangrador seems amused rather than alarmed by the creature. How much is the ale? 2 gold pieces. It's the finest in town. Well, it's the only ale in town. I'll make sure of that. Yeah, I'll buy a mug of ale. Why not? I mean, every time I play Dungeons & Dragons, we always go to the pub. You put 2 gold pieces down on the countertop, and Glandragor pulls you a mug of beer. Again, I'm just going to call him Glenn. It's warm, frothy, and deeply refreshing. Glenn smiles. You look like you've been on the road a while. You have no idea, you reply. Glenn nods. Tell me about this village. Glenn shrugs. Not much to say. What you see is what you get. This place keeps going because it's the only en route between Care and Cantapani. If one of these mountains falls or the river freezes over, then this place will be a desert in 2 weeks. I'm headed for Care myself. Of course you are, he grins. Did I just tell you that? What can you tell me about it? Ah, Care. I loved a girl in Care once. It's the town for love, you know. You have to live every day like it's your last in Care, because the chances are high that it will be. Now, there's a city of thieves if ever there was one. Um, I'll survive. Good for you, he replies with a nod. I suppose the worst that happened to me there was a broken heart in the end. Glenn goes back to wiping down his bar, and then a thought occurs to him. You'll be passing through Torapani, I suppose. The Svins in Torapani are normally a merry lot, but they're pretty depressed at the moment. There's a real gloom about the place. What's the matter with them? Oh well. He thinks for a moment and waves away whatever was on the tip of his tongue. I'm sure it's nothing to concern you. From the counter, Jan issues a loud burp. He has been sipping ale from the puddles on the bar top and is now quite drunk. Okay, I'm going to wake him up because I want him with me. You poke the little creature who clambers boozily up your finger and then topples up onto the floor. Leave him here if you like, Glenn says. I'll pick him up and put him in a mug, but you don't quite manage it, and at the moment Jan rouses himself and flies womanly back onto your shoulder. I love you, he whispers into your ear. Okay, I don't want to leave him, he seems cool. I'm going to go further into town, see what else is here, before I set off. You head out of the tavern and turn a corner to find a group of girls standing by a signpost pointing to the crystal waterfall. They are tripping up their elders and as they pass and giggling. Okay, they're probably going to... Okay. You stop by the group and ask them about the waterfall, but they are too distracted by Jan, who they delight in poking, tickling, and generally cooing over. After a few minutes of asking them about the waterfall, you give up and walk away. One of the girls calls, "Come back!" Another shouts, "The water is good for you." Jan sighs, already missing the attention, but comes back to rest on your shoulder. I'm sorry, Jan. You find the girls, if you need to go to Sickering. Okay. I don't need to go to the end because I'm fine. I'm going to go straight to the waterfall. Let's go to the waterfall. Head straight here. You go back past the girls and head up to a path that climbs through a crack in a mountainside. Soon the air is filled by a thunderling. It's quite a climb, but eventually you turn a corner for a narrow cleft in the rock and see close up to the waterfall you glimpsed from the hilltop earlier today, plunging down the cliffs overhead. Large crystal stalactites hang down either side of the water. There's only one path to reach it, winding up the rock face, and it passes by a small hut where a ruffian is collecting money. Okay, ask Jan to scout ahead. You tap Jan on the shoulder. Why don't you scout ahead? Find out if this waterfall is worth the money. Jan nods vigorously. All right, but I'll be quick. Don't think you can get rid of me just like that. I can catch up. He flaps away up the path. I'm not going to leave him. I love this guy. You make your way over to the hut. Greetings, you begin. You collect a fee for the waters? I do, sneezes the ruffian. These waters cannot be so healing that he has not caught an awful flu from them. 3 gold pieces. There is a buzzing at your shoulder, and Jan returns and resettles himself. It doesn't look like much to me, he whispers. I think you'll be wasting your gold if you paid. I'm gonna haggle. 3 gold pieces, you shake your head. For a bath, that is too much. The waters are healing, the ruffian explains quickly. They'll do more than make you clean. Can I haggle him again? I'll give you 2. The ruffian considers that for a moment. He seems to be won over by your manner. Alright, 2 gold pieces, but don't tell anyone I did it. Down to 1? Okay, no, turn back. Screw it. The waterfall may be beautiful, but it's not worth risking your gold on. Reluctantly, you turn back and head back into the village. As you pass the girls, they sneer to each other. He doesn't smell any better. Okay. You make your way out of the village and into a stand of tall, dry trees under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. Jan perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You are tired enough to follow suit, but you are hungry from having not eaten it. I can eat something. You pull out a quantity of your cheese and bread and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you, and in the distance you hear screams and whoops from the village that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distanced from such revelry. You rest your head onto your backpack and close your eyes. Perhaps a few hours pass when you wake suddenly, aware of a shadow moving between the tree trunks. It turns and sniffs the air. A wolfhound. Fight the beast. Fight it. You draw your sword, the long metal flashing in the moonlight. The beast roars and howls. Charge him. Yeah. Ooh. The wolfhound creeps towards you, jaws dripping and fur shining wet. It will not listen to reason. You charge headlong. It bounds forward only to run itself onto your blade as it rises and howls. As the wolfhound grows weaker, its snarl gets madder. Oh, okay, I'm going to defend. Oh, it's going to pounce on me. You turn your sword without a vicious blow. The wolfhound drops back. The wolfhound is crawling now. Ooh, right, let's defend. Yeah, he's going to attack me now. Ooh. You react with instinct, dodging around a tree for cover. And let's kill this guy. You bring your sword around for a manic attack. The blow lands deep as the wolfhound weakly opens its jaw to bite. You plunge your blade between its teeth and all the way down to its heart. The wolfhound howls a gurgling, blood-soaked sound, and then it dies. The beast is defeated. You pause to regain your breath and wipe your sword. Then, once again satisfied, you lay down again and try to sleep. Jan flutters down and resettles on your shoulder. Your dreams are full of playing victims. Their faces raw with boils and steaming sores. The rest of the night passes silently. Beyond Biratani. Ooh, this is a pretty good story. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. As you gather your things, Jan leaps up onto your shoulder. Ready to go, he chirps. I love this guy. You rejoin the path on the far side of Biratani. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If it all goes well, you will reach Torapani today, the last village in the Shamutanti Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downward to the right. Ask Jan. Which way, Jan? To the right is a forest, to the left the going is easier. The path heads for a field of black flowers to Torapani. What else do you know? Nothing, protests the creature, and that's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for advice, you know. You'll get no more from the creature. With Torapani so close, it hardly matters which way you would go, surely. Ooh. Which is the easier way? That looks like it's going to take me longer, but I don't want to go... go right. Go for here. Go around, go across. Done. We go right, you decide. Then be on your guard, Jan warns you. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you are cresting the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, where the trees are thin, the view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch glimpses of care on the northern horizon. Keep going. You decide not to stop and eat, but push on. Jan is in a talkative mood, over the worst of his headache from last night's drinking, and fills the air around with his chatter. But what he can see, and how things smell, and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in care. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop now. Why? Because, insists the tiny creature in a tiny voice, because something is following us. You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel emerges from the darkness between two trees and touches your neck. You see me, whispers the voice. I know it. Gonna answer him. I see nothing, you call back. You are quite safe. It is not I who is not safe. Ask who is there. There is no reply, but a tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in expert hands. I have to fight him, don't I? Okay. I'm going to defend. Oh, he defends as well, okay. The assassin nods at you, taps two fingers against his chest and readies his studs. You drop into a defensive crouch immediately. The assassin is perhaps the most fearsome opponent you have ever encountered. He covers himself as well. Yeah, he's doing it. He's not attacking. Okay, so it looks like if I go for it, he's just going to... Yeah! Ooh, I'm going to defend once more. He's not going to attack. He's not going to attack if I do. You pace around him carefully and he waits and watches you return. The assassin spins his sword about to shift the sword across his body. He's not going to attack, is he? He does! He's just a cheeky... I'm just going to hit you once. You stay steady and about to keep your defence. His light blow sails over your head, moving with the deadly speed of an attacking serpent. You're mostly unharmed. The assassin laughs appreciatively. He swivels his grip. The weapon sings as it moves. Just... ooh... Yeah, he's just doing light... Alright. You move around him watchfully. His attack whizzes past you on your left side. You are mostly unhurt. He nods to you wisely. Alright, so I'm going to do is I'm just going to go just sideswipe him. Yeah, he's blocking it now. Time to attack. You sting with your blade low and fast, saving your energy, but the impact clangs against his turned sword. He grins. He is left breathless, but otherwise unharmed. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, the assassin declares, and a voice as cold as polished marble. You would not hold me from it. I'm gonna do 2 again. Oh wow! I should have guessed that. In the next moment, he is on you in a flash. With your blade close, you are ready to parry. His own blow is of medium depth, but enough to knock you reeling. Sidla forgive you, he declares as he swings. The impact of his swing catches you in the back. As he pulls the blade, he clears you on the floor and kicks you in the stomach. Oh, if I go... Yes, that's good, that's alright, I'm happy with that. Acting quickly, you rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the blow you land is only minor, because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly. You knock the assassin staggering into a tree. Closing his eyes, he murmurs as he prays he sets his stance. He's got block again, isn't he? Oh, no! Then he is diving forward for your throat. Your own stroke is overpowered. His own swing is devastatingly placed. The impact of his blow is deep and sends you stumbling across the earth. Okay, defend. Yeah, he's the assassin whispers a banter as he raises his blade. Oh, he's gonna... Ah! Alright, thrust. That's good. That's fine. Leaves to action, you swing a masterful swipe, but his own move is fast and careful, and he is able to parry. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. Let's go for it. No, he blocks again. Oh no. Okay. The trees watch as the battle unfolds. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You swing the sword fast in towards his chest, but the blow jumps back off his hilt of his blade. He grimaces with effort. He is bruised, but not seriously hurt. You'll die out here, the assassin declares, his tone like ice. Don't. Okay, so defend 1. Okay, I need to defend again. You are weakening. The fight is becoming serious. Yeah, he's You stay ready to keep up your defense as he holds and watches you without emotion. Breathing deeply, the assassin mouths a quick prayer. He's going to attack me, isn't he? Yeah, he does 1. So he's wasting all his energy. Right, go in for him. Charge. Yes! Oh, facing left, you dive forward with a deep, heavy blow. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to admit when I am beaten, he grows. You may finish me as if so you choose, but if you do me an honour and use my own blade. The assassin is not dead, but lies on the floor and gasping. He has killed me. I'm going to finish him off. With a single blow, you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in silent prayer, not cursing you, but commanding his own soul to a better place. You rifle his body for a measly 3 gold pieces, then continue onto the path out of the woods and onto a dusty hillside. Jan, for a brief while, says nothing. Perhaps he is shocked, but a blissful silence does not last that long. Wow, I almost died again. Right, I got more gold, which is quite cool. It's fine. How much longer do you think we can be travelling today? The mini-mite on the shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. You can stop here. The mini-mite complains. You like that? I'm sure you would. You continue along the path, and around the side of the hill, a wooden hut is set into the slope, with an old woman sitting on the front step. A river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realise the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. Yeah. A few paces from the front of the house, the water plunges over the edge of a sheer cliff and disappears. Greet the woman. Greetings, you call. The woman looks at you and smiles. Come over here, won't you, she calls. I can barely see you. Oh, if this is this is another trick game, I'm not going to like it. You approach the old woman. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely living out here on my way from the villagers. I don't trust this. Go inside. Oh, thank you. You follow her inside and take a seat by the long wooden table. I'll bring us some tea, she says. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying to her kitchen, she returns with large 2 cups. Watch it, Jan whispers in your ear. I don't trust this one. Oh, is it going to be like my tea's going to be poisoned and your tea's going to be... Ah, screw you, lady. Make conversation. The tea is still hot. You come between your hands and speaks. What is your name? They call me Gaza Moon, she replies with a smile. I used to be quite well known in my way. You nod, but you never heard of her. Why do you live alone? Oh, she smiles sweetly. No one bothers about me. Why would they? You can't help but notice she has not answered the question. This is a beautiful place, you remark, watching the river outside the door plunging away over the cliff face. This is the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth away while I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck, she giggles. I'm sure it isn't quite true. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, she says suddenly, I've forgotten the pot. She goes back to the kitchen and fetches it. Switch cups with her. No! Oh no, I did win! Double bluff! When you're used to it, then when she returns, you lift one close to you and drink. A sudden pain grips your stomach and you double over. You wince and cough and find yourself seizing up. Oh, it's such a strange and last the woman. I can count as travellers suspecting my witchcraft. I will kill you. You try to shout out, but you are paralysed and quite powerless. The old woman begins to search for your bag. Jan flits about in some distress, unsure what to do. Then, with a coo of delight, she pulls out the spellbook page you were given by the old man in the tree. My book, she cries. The missing page. Why didn't you tell me you had my missing spell? She scurries off into the kitchen and returns with a cup of liquid, which she pours into your mouth, half open while clucking and striking your head. It is an antidote, and... you feel your body slowly unfreeze. Finally, she slaps you to bring you around. Who was the old man? A rogue and a bandit, she replies, spitting. 4 days ago, I was visited by a traveller such as yourself, but when I was away making my tea, as I always do, he started leafing through my book and tore out a page. He must have been a wizard of power because he vanished almost too fast for me to catch him. What curse did you cast? Well, you saw him, he replies. I aged him. Didn't stop him escaping, though. She fusses with the page, repairing her spellbook with some gentle magic. Shall I show you how useful this spell is? Please, yes. Please, my pleasure. Jam begins to squeal and screech and make some awful noises about what he'll do if he ever catches up with you again. But it doesn't stop the old lady from casting her spell. The mini-mite vanishes. Oh no. They feel a flow of magic back through your body. You hadn't realised it was gone, but with the mini-mite around, your spells had weakened, and now you are strong once more. No way! The mini-mite No! He was taking away my power? Where is he? No! The old woman shook her head. Oh no, but very like you'll see him again. Oh no, I've lost the thing! Jan! No! Oh, I've got to continue. Oh no, I've got to continue. Okay. Oh, dearie me. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is the village of Tarapani, slung from one side of the valley to the next like a flood barrier. Just gonna approach it. Still, there is no way around it. You have to go through. Right, I'm gonna end it there. Right, so, I lose my companion. I try to double bluff a witch, but get screwed over horrendously. Yeah, turns out the guy I saved before was an evil wizard and he took the spell book, but I know it's C-A-W, C-A something. Can be C-A-W related to crows? I don't know. I actually need to print out this stuff, but I'm going to end it there. I think it's been a very long episode, but it's been a very, very interesting one. And I survived an assassin! Yes! Oh, that was a horrendous battle. But anyways, this has been DarkLordCookie with the UK. Thank you for watching. Feel free to visit our website for more information, and also visit our YouTube page for more content created by other members of the Rail. And, well, until next time, guys, I shall see you later. Goodbye.